This is a Red FM Vancouver podcast. Make sure you hit subscribe for more great content. For further info, log on to redfm.ca.
ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਫੈਡਰਲ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਆਫ ਸੀਨੀਅਰਜ਼ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਡੈਬ ਸ਼ੁਲਟਸ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨਗੇ। ਫੈਡਰਲ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ 19 ਬਿਲੀਅਨ ਡਾਲਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਸੂਬਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ, ਉਹਨਾਂ 19 ਬਿਲੀਅਨ ਡਾਲਰਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਖਰਚੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੀਨੀਅਰਸ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਸੂਬੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਖਰਚੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਨੇ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਟਿਪੂਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਲਾਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਇੰਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਕਾਈ ਟ੍ਰੇਨ 'ਤੇ ਖਰਚ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਟ੍ਰਾਂਜ਼ਿਟ 'ਤੇ ਖਰਚ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਇਹ 'ਚੋਂ ਇੰਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ 2-2.5 ਬਿਲੀਅਨ 2 ਬਿਲੀਅਨ ਡਾਲਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਹਿੱਸੇ ਆਉਂਦਾ BC ਦੇ 'ਚ। ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚੋਂ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਫॉर ਸੀਨੀਅਰਜ਼ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਡੈਬ ਸ਼ੁਲਟਸ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦੱਸਣਗੇ ਕਿ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਲਈ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਰੱਖੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਲਾਜ਼ਮੀ ਨੇ ਸੂਬੇ ਦੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ, ਔਰ ਉਹ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਧੇ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਿ ਸੂਬੇ ਦੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਹੋਏ ਬਿਲੀਅਨਸ ਡਾਲਰਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਸੀਨੀਅਰਸ ਦੇ ਹਿੱਸੇ ਆਉਣੇ ਹਨ। Minister, good morning.
Good morning, Harjinder. It's nice to talk with you again.
Thank you very much. So how much money out of these $19 billion will go to seniors?
Okay, well, actually, the $19 billion is for a very large suite of initiatives, and many of them will be helping seniors. So just want to go through them. It'll support healthcare, including long-term care. It's supporting municipalities, including transit. It's access to personal protective equipment. It's access to childcare, and providing sick leave for all those that don't already have access. And these are really important elements to put in place because we need to now prepare for a second wave, a potential second wave, and the Government of Canada needs to ensure that Canada has the resources it needs to safely restart the economy.
Minister, since the military reports uncovered the ugly truth about the long-term care homes in Canada, what action has your government taken to stop this mistreatment of seniors?
So in addition to the previous work that's been done, because we know we cannot go through what happened again in long-term care as what happened in the spring. So we're investing now, and we are announcing $740 million for infection prevention in long-term care homes, and that includes the home care and the palliative care facilities and services. It'll be allocated to the provinces and territories who regulate the long-term care sector, and it'll help our homes make investments that will prevent further outbreaks, like more protective equipment, more cleaning, more screening. It all builds on the work that we've already been doing with the provinces and territories, where we put billions on the table to increase wages for workers, like the PSWs in long-term care facilities. We provided massive support and investments in personal protective equipment that was required because many long-term care facilities were having difficulty accessing that because of the world shortage. And we did the deployments of the Canadian Forces to the worst-hit homes, and now you know that we are funding the Red Cross to train workers so that there's adequate workers to be able to go into those homes and properly serve our seniors.
Well, most of my listeners are really they fail to understand that why there are for-profit care homes in the first place. Is federal government taking over these long-term cares?
So the federal government at this point in time is laser focused on the pandemic and making sure that we are getting the necessary equipment and services in place to support seniors now. Many of the discussions that are going on about what needs to be done in the future, going down the road, what kind of investments need to be made, what kind of structure needs to be done, the discussion about public-private, and I can tell you there's some excellent private facilities that looked after their seniors and had very little impact, and there's some excellent public ones. So I think there's a lot of discussion.
If there are excellent public ones, why they're for profit there?
Well, I'm just saying it because, people up to now wanted choice. So they wanted to choose how they were going to be able to have their final years. So let's just say that we as a federal government are focused on the now, are focused on the pandemic and what needs to be done to keep seniors safe in those facilities, and working with the provinces and territories because it's their jurisdiction, it's their regulated sector, and then there are discussions going on about what is in the future. But this is the focus is here and now and keeping Canadians safe.
Mr. My last question is, will you table a legislation that prevents one caregiver from working at multiple care homes?
This is something that Bonnie Henry has done in BC, and I think other provinces are having a close look. She's had some very good success in bringing in different measures that have been very helpful in keeping things under control.
Bonnie Henry has no power to, submit a legislation. They are advising them, or they are making guidelines, but can you prepare a legislation and present it in the House of Commons?
No, but Bonnie Henry is making the recommendations to the province, and the province has that jurisdiction. They are the regulated authority for long-term care. So Bonnie Henry's made recommendations, and the province has responded. And you can see the validity of that and the benefits of that. And that is where other provinces and territories are looking at what is the differences between the different provinces and territories and what they might be, thinking about implementing. That there is no doubt there is lots of discussion to be had, but I'm just making sure that people are aware that the focus right now is making sure that we are looking, for the next couple of months, how to keep seniors safe, what needs to be in place to make sure that tragedy doesn't happen again. And there is time for future discussions on what the sector looks like down the road.
Minister, thank you very much. Anything in closing?
No, I just want to appreciate very much the time that you've given me, and just make sure that seniors know that the Canadian government is focused on them and focused on providing, as you know, recently one-time payment in the beginning of July to help them through the pandemic with additional costs. And we're continuing to stay focused on seniors and how we can help.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to another Red FM podcast. Don't forget to hit subscribe and check out our Red FM Canada YouTube channel. For further info, log on to our Red FM social media platforms or visit redfm.ca.